Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. The salute the flag of the state of the United States, be indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May be seated.
Do we have anybody here for public comment? You sure? I'm pleased. Come on, nobody, one person.
Speak now or forever, please, for the next school board.
Madam President, members of the board, we have a presentation by Elio. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you all. Just want to say thank you for having us. Thank you for getting us on the agenda. I appreciate that. My name is Danielle Gentles. I'm the district manager for Elior in the Southwest. So I cover our New Mexico and Arizona accounts. So I am district manager, met with Tom, work closely with Jesse and all of our staff in the kitchens. I want to just speak briefly today, and let you know how we are helping to support, what new implementations we have coming in, to support SB4 as well, which is our Healthy Universal School Meals, which is, what allows us to have free meals throughout New Mexico. So, a large part of that is, our, scratch cooking, which is going to be a minimum, of 50% of our cooking going forward. So this is what we've brought today is a great example of what we are doing as a company, what we're doing, our regional chefs are putting together, not just for Tularosa, but for our New Mexico schools as a whole, to make sure that we're meeting those requirements so that we can continue to get you all the funding, right? And also serve our students the best possible meals that we can. So we're looking at whole muscle meats, whole chicken, whole beef. We're looking at fresh fruits and vegetables. Couple other requirements of SB4 are to make sure that we are implementing New Mexico grown. So we will be really fostering our relationships with the New Mexico farmers, whether it's beef, fruits, vegetables, all of that's included in it. So that's another part of how we're going to support, again, New Mexico as a whole, and our students. Also, reducing food waste. So a large part of that is our share tables. So we want to make sure that the kids have the option to provide for others, basically, right? We want to encourage less food waste all the way around. And then the last part of it's going to be a student family voice. So important. We want to make sure that our students know, our parents know, faculty board knows that we want to be proactive. We are going to pay attention to what you need as a community. And that's going to be done through a few things. So we have national surveys that we do as a company twice a year. And then we're going to put together specific surveys for Tularosa. And those can be a variety of things. They can go on school websites for specific, your specific sites. We also have QR codes. We try to make it very, very kid friendly nowadays, right? Everybody is all about the QR code. So we work closely with the marketing team to make sure that's as easy as possible, and as kid friendly as possible. So, with that, I will let our corporate chefs take over and tell you a little bit about what we brought today.
Thank you, Daniel. My name is Christian Schultz. I'm the corporate executive chef with Elior over school dining over the whole country. Thank you so much for having us here. And we're going to talk about the food here in a little bit. But before that, I just want to say I'm fairly new into this role. I just stepped in. This is my first visit down here. And I was beyond excited to get into the kitchen today and work with your team, who seem all very dedicated, very knowledgeable. And it's really exciting to see partnerships like that exist as I go around and understand more of the schools and accounts. And I was really excited at getting into this role, talking about SB4 and understanding that New Mexico seems to be at the forefront of that, scratch cooking, healthy cooking, which is really exciting for us as chefs too, getting to work with our teams and train them on all the things that we love to do, which is taking whole muscle meats, scratch vegetables and really building those. And it's really exciting for us to be able to have that with partnerships like yours. And, we have Chef Adam Gentles here as our regional corporate chef over the Southwest. He's your direct support. Everything he worked with the team today and picked these particularly to make sure they were in compliance with that. I'm gonna let him speak a little bit about food.
Yeah, so again, Adam Gentles, I live in Arizona, take care of the Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico accounts. I've come through the whole food service director situation before. And, I know how it is to try to make something compliant, but also have fun with it. And so with New Mexico being more scratch and stuff like that, same thing in Arizona, I love just doing more scratch and muscle meat items. So I was like, all right, what can we do to make something really great using beef, real lean, top round roast, made of birria instead of using chuck. Chuck is probably better because of that fat. I know everybody loves it and all, but we'd love to make a little bowl out of it, or like a burrito bowl or anything like that. So what we have here is a cilantro lime brown rice. So there's your grain. You got your birria beef, which is your protein. Then you got a bunch of different other vegetables on top with your pico de gallo, pickled onions, radishes, and what is the other one? Oh, avocado crema. So all that together, you can get your vegetable component. Right here, we have our lemon garlic chicken, which is our chicken thigh bone skinless. Marinate that, and then we just slowly roast it with a pesto pasta, whole grain pasta. And then for breakfast, we have our blueberry bliss smoothie. So, these things, I love to just try this with the kids, do samplings, and they just go for it all the time. And so when we do this, we get their ideas, what they ask for, and we put them on the menu. So if you get a chance, try it, please.
Yeah, please come down and
Yeah.
get us.
Even if you just want to bite it, get rid of it, we're not gonna be offended.
I know that you guys probably already had dinner and all, so.
Yeah. Yeah, get it done.
I also want to say we picked these items specific, because this is all something that Jesse and his team is more than capable of putting on the menu, up to this par. So we wanted to make sure that we keep it very realistic for you all. This is all something that we will be implementing for the kids. So please do. Come on down and try it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go grab some.
They can do an executive session, they can take it back there.
When you go back.
Awesome. Can you get a water ball on that? Principals report, let's start with pre-K and Miss Mary Bone.
Good evening, we're having fun in pre-K, we're getting ready for the Winter Wonderland, each of the classes is going to be singing a song. So it's gonna be adorable, we're partnering with, joining, the elementary. Teachers are doing their econ and executive function middle of year assessments, so those are going well, they pull kids one at a time. The MOU we have with Head Start is going really great. Arlen Burton, the special ed teacher, goes in to provide services to the students that we share, that are at Head Start, the Head Start program. And the teachers are going through their coaching sessions through, Teachstone and ECECB. Everything's going well. So any questions?
Thank Miss Vaughn.
Thank you.
Yes, great.
Good evening. I'm gonna start out this, by saying that we are working really hard on our middle of the year testing. We're almost finished with it. But as of November in Reed, we have 71% of our kids that are tuning. So what's in reading, first grade is at 56 and second is at 54. So our goal is to get at least 80% by the end of the year, so we're well on the way there. In math, kinder is at 61%, first is at 51%, second is at 52%. And I was looking over the scores before I came, and second grade still not quite finished, but we did see some growth there, so I'll share that next week with you. But we'll finalize that before we leave for the middle of the year. And just going back, our Thanksgiving lunch was a tremendous success. I want to thank the cafeteria staff. I mean, they did a phenomenal job preparing a great meal, and our staff and just being there and helping out. And it went really smoothly. We had a lot of parents, a lot of kids. It was just great. So it was a wonderful time. And we had our book fair that same week, and we made some money for our library. We had our fall fundraising baskets. We raised over $3,000 with those fundraising baskets, completely all donated. It was amazing. When we come back in the spring, we'll have our TMS Ag starting in with us to help us with our whole Kids Foundation grant. We got a $4,500 grant, so we're going to be working together with the middle school ag and this. Plant the hydro planters, outdoor planters, and get our work in conjunction with first grade. And so, our teacher academy, the THS Teacher Academy has been coming in and reading to our students during their library specials. They also came in today to do observations in the classroom, and they'll be in tomorrow as well. THS, the National Honor Society is doing letters to Santa with our kids. So the kids write letters and back. So it's been really cool. The big brothers and big sisters have been coming in and mentoring our students, meeting our staff and kids from the high school, serving as big brothers and big sisters and coming in. It was so fun. We've been working on our Winter Wonderland things in the hallway, and one of the boys came in with his little brother, but he wasn't available because he was testing. And so he picks up a paintbrush and he's over there just painting away. And he just having a good time. He just had a great time painting. He didn't even get to see his little brother, but he sure helped us paint. Our Winter Wonderland is tomorrow. And this is my first year here at elementary, and I'm telling you what, I am blown away with Miss Lindsay Bass and Miss Sam. Miss Lindsay Bass is a second grade teacher, and she has organized this whole thing with such tremendous grace. I mean, it is beyond big. I've been, like I said, in many school districts. I've never seen anything organized this big by this big. It is huge. We will start off at 5:30 with presentations and singing in the intermediate school gym. So we'll have preschool there, and we'll be starting with that. And then we'll head over at 6:30, and there is raffles and games, all 100% free. Costs nothing to our families. We've had donations. Christ Community Church gave us $1,000 to donate specifically for this. Our TBTC, Fluorescent Communications, they donate $400. We've had Begins Pistachio Land donate baskets of pistachio gifts. Home Depot gave money. Lowe's Improvement gave money. Hardaway Concrete gave money. Tularosa Rotary Club donated 4 bikes and 4 scooters. Ace Hardware donated money. Or Alamo Earthworks and Pavement donated money. Ontario County Electric donated money. It has just been so many people in the community, and individuals have donated. And so anything that goes, every family that comes in, every person that walks in the door will get a raffle ticket. And so that if their name gets drawn, or if they get drawn for a raffle ticket, they get to go to the prize table and pick which prize that they want, ranging from toys to turkeys to hams to laundry baskets filled with quarters and laundry material, and all different kinds of bikes. I mean, it is totally amazing. Then we have the booths. You know, we have pizza, cocoa, and cookies for the families coming in. There'll be a snowball fight, bounce house, stop skating, hoppers and scooters. Santa and Mrs. Claus, of course, will be there for a photo booth. We have a fishing game. We have cakewalks, bingo, cornhole, basketball toss, pinko, face painting, 3D gumdrops. glow in the dark putt, ring toss, Yeti toss. I mean, it is a huge, huge deal. Our building, if you haven't been in it, go in it. It is decorated, probably. This part. It's amazing, the amount of work that these teachers have done, EAs and custodians and everybody has put in to this building. I just want to give a huge shout out. We even have Mr. Gomez going to volunteer his time as a policeman to serve as security. And so we just appreciate it. I mean, I am just blown away with it. And I invite all of you to come out and just see it for yourself and really acknowledge the work that this elementary school has put into it, because it's going to be fantastic. So please come out tomorrow and join us, right?
And Ms. Grant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Okay. I always get to echo a lot of things she says, but I can't echo that. And I heard about this event, like, within the week when I got here, hey, have you heard of the Christmas Wonderland? Just on, and then now, a lot of things have happened. Our stage is beautiful, it's all lit up, there's people up there working when I came from the school here, so, good job. Something that I think is a really good echo, that's something I really appreciate is your program. I mean, it just lists all of our people, it's not your typical program, it includes all the hard workers, so good job, I look forward to being there for all of that, okay. I have a presentation coach who's here tonight, I really appreciate that, that's an inside. But we've done a lot of things. I guess what I want to just echo here with the teamwork that keeps happening here. You hear us talk about it every month. So we did bus evacuation, and hats off to Miss Edwards and all her crew, anybody associated with that. They were there. They knew how to steer our kids, get them going. Of course, teachers know what to do. It's very efficient, something that usually been dragged out in my lifetime. So thank you, Miss Edwards. For that, so Miss Norris on her own, I believe, sponsored a Holloman Cookie Days, cookie drive, cookie and cards. And so we have 1 million cards. If somebody needs extra cards to give to more police officers, sheriffs, thanking them for their service. 16th, next Tuesday, we're gonna celebrate attendance. We're looking for a 93.2% attendance goal, which is 0.5% higher than we'd had for the year leading up to the last 3 weeks. And we have a house pep rally. Over here, there we go. No. Have the board members been spun?
Yeah.
Okay. Every Wednesday is Coach Day, just saying. And so I want to invite you to come. I know several of you have children, you want to come to something fun. We're having some fun, kids are engaged and excited to say the least. And I think what's really cool about it too is our leaders have capes, is that what we call them? Crowns and stuff, so you see who our leaders are. And they're leaders, and here's an example. We had the native pageant. And we had a lot of kids who were leery about it. Once they saw the pageant, they saw it's a thing about leadership. Next year, I think that's just going to explode, because kids know what it is. And my leaders came and said, sir, when are we doing that again? I said, we'll have them in next year. I want to do that. So you'll hear it says, it was some scrimmage areas. I forget either one. Okay. And so something I've really been waiting to talk about is assessments. There's a lot of things that happen on the way. We think what we want to about assessments, but it is our report card. It is our scoreboard. And it's what is used to measure a lot of things. And I'm happy to say our teachers are so excited about it. And Miss Norris is our stats girl. And so she put this together. But we set goals. And our aim is to share our data with our students and our parents so that there's simple goals in comprehension, And algebra reasoning, it's not algebra, there's the reasoning, it's the building blocks that get there. Those are what we decided we need to get the most traction out of, and it would help everything else. It'd have the biggest splash and most ripples. And so, in third grade, our goal is 27 for the year. So we're aiming for half of that, 13.5, we got 19. This is in reading. Fourth grade, 28% is the ultimate goal. So we're shooting for 14, we got 12.9. In fifth grade in reading, we're shooting for 25, 12.5% for the middle of the year test. We got 14%, so we're ahead in all those. Now, teachers don't know this part yet, because we're working on this stuff after school and run it to the meeting. Math. Okay, math, our goal for third grade was 11%. We're shooting for 5.5, we got 9. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that's huge. And of course, teachers kept reminding me, because last year, 0 at this point. We're just struggling with a lot of things. Whether I don't know, but we've got a great start to the races, so to speak. So fourth grade math, 17%. We're shooting for 8.5. We got 7. So we're about 1.5 short there, but we're on target. And then fifth grade math, 25%, very ambitious, 12.5. We got 20%. Just so you know, we're departmentalizing the fifth grade. Miss Stafford, if you don't know her, you need to get to know her. Feel free to very dearly call her the professor. You should see her in action. So that's what I've nicknamed her, and that's pretty good proof there. You get 20% right up, almost reaching our yearly goal right there. So again, when you see these teachers, pat them on the back. I know you're going to discuss it later. I understand you all come personally give them Christmas gifts. They will love that. Anytime they can see y'all and pat them on the back, they eat it up. So, any questions? Sir?
No,
No.
thank you.
Mr. Alvarez.
Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Lindsay, TMS. Monthly report. So first off, our FFA had a contest. So we recently had the results. Ms. Day shared them over to me. First off, she said our FFA represented Tularosa Middle School with pride and professionalism. Their effort, teamwork, and growth were evident in every event that they participated in. Opening and closing ceremony teams, both teams performed extremely well and then demonstrated a strong improvement. Although they didn't win, they showed that they gave 100% in that competition and handled each component, which is pretty challenging with confidence. Our quiz bowl teams, our quiz team 2 completed well in a tough 100 question exam. Their experience, that experience is going to set them up for success next year. Quiz team 1 earned third place, showing strong preparation, focus, and a competitive spirit. Individual events, we had Caitlin Mills place second, performing with outstanding pose. She had a speech that she called a snap. She performed it with me. She was nervous and she ended up performing well, second place. Malaya Coney placed first place in the creed, showcasing exceptional public speaking skills. In my knowledge, I think this is her second year in a row actually winning the competition. So overall, our students truly embodied our Wildcat pride, and their dedication and heart were truly inspiring there with FFA. Athletics update, both boys and girls basketball seasons are off to a strong start. Players are performing well, supporting each other and keeping up with their academic responsibilities, including on top of that too. I'm really proud of our boys. At a recent game, a situation arose involving the opposing team, but our boys, they demonstrated one, I'm gonna say maturity, and they composed by not engaging with that type of behavior, and they finished the game strong, positively, and really representing Tularosa with class. Although we didn't get the win, I feel like ultimately I think they did get that win. I met with them the following day, and I just really wanted to praise their conduct and reinforce that's a reflection of our culture, what we're establishing here, right? So I really want to give shout out to both our girls and boys. They're competing with class, which is a testament to them, their families, our coaches, and our programs. So really, really good shout out to them. our Thanksgiving lunch event, you know, the turnout was great. Big shout out to our cafeteria staff for preparing an excellent meal. Parents were telling me it was great, the kids were telling me it was great. Man, it was great, I can tell you that. Enjoyed it too, you know. Mr. Patterson, a shout out to him and his class. They created some decorations that made the event a little bit more warm and festive, you know, for our families, our custodial staff. You know, big shout out to them, you know, for ensuring that our facilities were clean and ready before and after. So really a big shout out to them. But overall, it was a team effort, you know, teachers filling in where they needed, right? Because we did have some staff members that wanted to sit down and eat with their kids as well. So they were able to, you know, take that opportunity while they were watch their class for them. It was just a great team effort what we were able to celebrate with our community history club. Mr. Sorden's history club, and I actually attended with them as well. They completed a really enriched learning experience in El Paso. So they learned about the Mexican Revolution, and they visited a lot of historic sites. So they visited the McGuffin home. It's a state historic site there in El Paso. They visited the US and Mexico border, where like actually in one spot, they could see, of course, Texas, Mexico, and New Mexico too, right? So it was a good experience. And from a safe distance, they were able to see the Casa de Adobe, which was the starting point of the Mexican Revolution. I'm not doing it justice. Mr. Sorden could give you a good history lesson on that, and it's pretty amazing. But yeah, again, that experience just deepened our students' learning, their understanding of regional, cultural, and international history. So that was a good experience for our students. Another shout out to Miss Hammers. Miss Hammers actually organized some Christmas cards. So all of our students, not all of them, but a majority of them did some Christmas cards, and they sent them over to the Holloman Air Force Base to those that are not able to go home with their families. Miss Hill, you know, Miss Hill, she's very festive, you know, to say the least. You know, like she enjoys everything. Was she did a good job, you know, decorating our halls and everything, and she got me involved and says, all right, Mr. Alvarez, every day you have to hide the pickle in the tree. And I was all right, I can do that, you know. But then the kids were coming up and where's that pickle? Hey, you guys gotta go to class, you know. So they're I was like, if you're in transition and you happen to see it, all right, that's all right. But the elf in the shelf. So I pride myself on elf in the shelf. You know, I think my daughter might be listening, you know what I mean? So I like that's our, you know, she's not in there, you know. But anyway, like really, like she she asked me, hey, Mr. Alvarez, can you hide the elf in the shelf? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. But I challenged the staff. I told, hey, if you find it or come across it, you gotta rehide it, you know. So there's a few staff that did, and we'll give a kid like a little sucker or something if they find it. But the funny story is that, man, there was a staff member, I'm not gonna say her name, but she went and she hid it, you know. I was like, hey, you have to hide it, you found it. So she went and she hid it. 5 seconds later, you just see a student, Mr. Alvarez, I found the elf. At least try, right? Just a really good experience, you know, like just to get that culture. Their academic progress, of course, yeah, we're at the end of the semester, right? We're implementing the MOI, you know, that data and everything. We still got some more students to hit that we're hoping to finish off, you know, this next week. So I'm pretty confident that it'll be good. So next board meeting, I should have a little bit more, you know, data points for you all as well. Right now, we're really focused on our students. We want them to, of course, get that academic support too, because it's crunch time, right? I wish they wouldn't wait this long, right? But you know, at the end of the day, I understand too, right? We're just trying to build that up, but I really want student responsibility as well, right? So I told the students, right? I want you guys, especially our 6th graders, because they're younger, go out. I want you to talk to your teachers, and I want you to advocate for yourself and what you could do, and you get that opportunity before school, after school, and during advisory, right? So they can start advocating for themselves, because we really want to take that transition piece, right, as they're you know, taking ownership of their learning there. We're about done for planning for January. We're gonna implement a couple small steps, or small adjustments that should be pretty impactful, and really those adjustments are really targeted for intervention, because that's where I feel like coming into it, just having a good supportive plan for that moving forward. December 18th, so December 4th, we were supposed to have a reward activity, but we're gonna have it December 18th instead, because we had a game. So the reward activities, and I talked a little bit about it last meeting, but really we want to reward that positive behavior, right? Because sometimes we focus sometimes on that negative, behavior and or negative situations, but not only that, but I also want to look at positive outcomes with, like, including rewarding for progress. So for example, maybe the student was missing X amount of days this first month, but this next month, man, he showed up like a lot more. So we gotta recognize that as well. So yeah, and of course, the grades and grades, attendance and behavior, of course, we wanna reward there. I know here in a little bit too, we're gonna talk a little bit about the gym floor and everything. I have some thoughts to that, just because I know the longevity of the basketball, our gym. I know we're gonna utilize that and everything too, and it became an issue too. So the floor of the locker rooms is like flicking up, right? And I'm sure you've seen and everything, like really coming up with a plan to really address that. So of course it could be a discussion, maybe not this board meeting, but maybe in the future, just to put that on your radar about the floors that are lifting up, and a couple ceiling tiles. A couple found, they didn't fall on any kids, luckily, but a couple found, and just if we could look at that as well. The gym floor needs it as well, don't get me wrong, that gym floor is old, it's a little bit, yeah, but one thing too, though, I do want to mention, there's a couple wildcats on the walls there, and Miss Mendez actually mentioned it to me. She was like, those are actually hand, like, somebody drew it by hand. I was like, man, that's amazing. So just, preserving that as well. So other than that, I'm open to any questions, comments or anything. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez.
Thank you.
Ms. Hale.
So, at the high school, of course, amazing things. Shout out to the staff. I've been trying to personalize those kind of things. I've been trying to add you guys in the emails just to kind of keep you guys updated on that one. Our district Native American parent meeting is Tuesday at 5:30 in our library. We'll have refreshments, for anyone that would like to attend. The English, math, and CT all took their end of year assessments, as this is finishing the semester block. So in a regular school year, we would usually be doing our middle of year MOY, but since we're doing block schedule, we're doing our EOYs right now. Last month we did, I reported about our Native American pageant, but I have to give a shout out to Carrie Lathan and Brennan. So they are taking it upon themselves to represent Tularosa High School at so many things. Carrie did Toys for Tots in Ruidoso. Brennan and Carrie both were part of our light parade in Tularosa this past weekend. So just great representation of our students. Student Council is looking at alternatives to the State Leadership Conference so that all of the members can participate, just because it's rather expensive and we don't have the money to send all of our students. So the kids are kind of taking it upon themselves to kind of find a leadership opportunity that they would like to check out. NUFES will be doing a stuffed toy toss at the tournament this weekend, where people can bring a stuffed animal and toss it onto the floor at halftime. So if you're there, definitely participate in that one. HOSA had 6 qualifiers for state at their competition in November, and that will lead them into state in the spring. Chase's Waldorf kids are sitting first in the state, and so Mr. Lindsay has graciously agreed to drive them to their next competition, because they can't afford to miss any competitions and they have to haul a trailer, and they all know that I don't do trailers, so. Senora is taking her Spanish club to Mariachi Christmas next week. That's all part of the Hispanic Cultural Grant. Students will be taking their finals next week, and this will be officially finalizing the first semester of our block schedule, and we're getting a lot of great feedback from it. Kids are super excited to get to pick new classes for the spring, so that's kind of cool. Basketball has officially started, and the boys basketball tournament starts tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you have not gotten a chance, I know it just started, but last night, the girls basketball game, I had to get up and go stand up because I was it was insane. They are going to do so good. And then lastly, I've been working with the attorneys with the community scholarship program, and it looks like we're gonna be able to continue those scholarships, and they want to fund it every single year and continue students on a 4-year progression. So I think right now it's looking like we're gonna be cleared to do $240,000 of scholarships for graduates this year, along with continuing the kids that have gotten it for 4 years. So like Gilbert's daughter Layla will get an additional $5,000 next year. So that check should be in the mail anytime. We're excited about that. So that's all at the high school. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Superintendent's report. As Jody mentioned, I'm going, taking the Well Up kids Friday to Dexter. Also Jody's going with me on Tuesday the 16th. I put in a capital, what do you call it? Capital outlet, thank you. For the swimming pool for $2 million. And that's at the Intermountain Gods of Otero County goes at 9 o'clock, and they accepted my proposal, so, well, they didn't accept it, but they go ahead and present it. Jody's gonna, some of our students gonna help me put a presentation together. So we're gonna try to get, along with the city, it'll be called the Tularosa Schools Village Community Pool, or Village Pool. So it could take a little bit, but I think we have a real shot at it. I've got some, support from like the county commissioners and a few of the legislators, so, maybe we can get a swimming pool put back in the same place, but, and it's not our money, so they don't have to come out of our fund, so.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday the 16th at 9 a.m., me and Jody will be there, we do have to come up with a date to take our Christmas presents to our staff. And so we need to do that as soon as possible, so we can put them all together, all the gifts are in, the bags are in to put them in, and, normally it takes us from about 9 o'clock to 1:30, and I want to say, so. We need to get that done. Wednesday's not a good day well, we have our office party, but I can miss that. But any other day is pretty much good. Well, Tuesday's not good either. For me, but you guys can do that yourself. You literally don't
Let me
need.
know when I get decided, I think I can get away with this year, so.
About Thursday, is anybody good with Thursday?
As long as it's before 1 o'clock, I can do it.
I think we can be done by 1.
Okay.
What about Naomi?
I think I make it. The 19th, I mean, the 18th.
The 18th, yeah. And our new board members, if you guys would like to join along, just to meet the staff, that would be outstanding.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's one of the good days, actually.
Thank you.
Actually, we have a lot of good days, but that's one of the better days.
Yeah.
So we'd love for you guys to go along with us when we do that, so. With that, board of communications. The board went to training and the new board members went to training this past week.
It's sworn in.
Yeah. Sworn in.
Sworn in.
Sworn in,
Members got
yeah.
sworn in.
I don't think they crossed their fingers or anything, I think they were saying.
I couldn't hear, so.
That poor Casey had ear problems all week. What else? There was something else
So we
there.
just wanna recognize David
Yes,
and Naomi
yeah.
for their time on the school board, because this is actually their last official meeting.
You guys, I can't thank you guys
So, yeah.
enough. You've been outstanding. It's been a lot of fun. We have your plaques ordered. Don't we yet? I'm gonna use this sleeve.
That's told them they have to do 2 minutes.
So, yeah, David is volunteered for that, actually.
Stand up and talk.
Tell us what the school and your time with us. But you guys, I really appreciate everything you've done, and I know everybody, the community does, and, we have some plaques, so if we could get you to come back to the next board meeting, so we can present that. You don't have to come up here, you can grab them and hit that door running, David. It's been a lot of fun and we really appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the membership. Thank you very much.
For the service, 'cause you guys have done a lot. Yeah, no students, that's recognized. And you do get to keep your name tags tonight, that's your present tonight.
Put it on the dash.
There you
Oh, good. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. All right.
Alright. First, we have consideration of the agenda.
Yes, sir, Madam President, members of the board are recommending approval of the consideration of the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second that we approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now consideration of minutes from the previous meetings, the regular meeting with executive session from November 12th, 2025. And then the special meeting, November 19th, 2025.
Yes, sir, Madam President, members of the board are recommending approval of the minutes of the November 12th, 2025 regular board meeting and the executive session on November 19th, 2025 special board meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the minutes for the previous meeting. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have consideration of the check register for October 2025, or November 2025.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of check register for November 2025, and we do have Mr. Regular present, if you have any questions.
You
Yeah, page 8.
18? Top of 18, please.
Just curious, like was
And there.
that, like,
And
how it's paid, how it's done like that?
Why is it? Why is it?
How,
maintenance for oil and buses.
Yeah, one,
It says Andy signs on it.
what that was, he was able to get a much better deal, I think it was at Sam's Club. So he paid for it and we reimbursed him for
Okay,
it.
for our vehicles.
Yes, yes,
Not buses, but.
So I was just gonna say, so that's not for buses.
it's, no, it was only activity and, I believe the whole thing was activity around buses, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, big things of oil. Not,
Oh, he's buying the oil from them.
yes,
I got you. They didn't do the oil changes.
no, he bought the oil, so they can do the oil changes here.
How much of savings was that?
I believe it was gonna be almost 2,000 at least if he didn't go and get it himself from there. I can't remember exactly how much.
Is there any way we can get an account through the school there so we don't have Andy there? I could see why the eyebrows would be lifted. It looks like Andy's getting paid for oil.
Right, why, I get that, but we have documentation, but yeah, we
Right.
definitely can look.
And we get our own account there,
Yeah.
just so.
that'd be great.
We, just have to have a membership and, but I'm sure they have that.
I mean, if we're saving that much money, if it's
Yeah, it
worth it,
was
that
definitely was
was
worth it.
you right.
I do remember that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
Okay,
right,
any more?
that was the only thing I saw as well.
Okay.
We need a motion. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and second to approve the check register for November 2025. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consideration of the amendment to superintendent employee contract for annual leave and keeping option.
Madam President, members of the board, I cannot recommend approval for this because it'd be a.
Right.
But what it is that until we have a new superintendent on board, I'm asking that I have 28 days or something to take off. And I could sell some of them back up to 20 days, I want to say. And then I have like 16 days to play with, so I'm asking up to 10 days if needed. To sell back to districts, so I'll be here for the new superintendent to get them going and that kind of stuff. So I'm asking for up to 10 days. If needed.
You good? Madam President? I have no issues with that. I looked at the paperwork, that's fine with me.
Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the amendment to superintendent plan contract annual leave and prepayment option. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carried. Discussion and consideration of raising meal prices for out-of-town events for students.
Madam President, members of the board, I'm recommending discussion more than approval right at the moment for raising meal prices for out-of-town events and for students. We've discussed this. Several of us have at a certain time. And you can't, our meal prices right now is $12.50.
Yes, sir.
You can't even eat at McDonald's anymore. When we started here 5 years ago, it was $8. I think we're at $7.50.
Yes, sir.
We've gone up and gone up, but it still hasn't prices, but I think you can literally go eat at a steakhouse cheaper than you can go eat at a fast food place. I think that the price is comparable.
It's crazy.
Than trying to go in. So we are, I don't know how much, I haven't put a figure to this, but I think we do need to, even if it's a July 1st deal for next year, we need to come up with a price and be able to feed our kids a decent meal when they're on the road.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Until for, yeah, I think it's a good start discussion because I think it's something we're gonna have to do.
okay.
How long have we been at 1250?
A year, maybe?
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
I know we raised that probably a couple of years ago.
And then before that,
It was.
We're at 10, we went from 850 to 10 or 750 to
I know I was here. when we
10. I think
raised it to
Naomi's here for
12.50.
a bunch of that. And,
I kind of looked briefly, you know, the range, there's a lot of districts at about 15, but the range is like 11 to 15, but there's quite a few at like 15.
yeah, I was gonna say, I looked into it too, and there's a lot of the schools around us they're at 15.
Yeah.
My wife and I ate at Taco Bell the other night, it was $44.
Yeah.
Well, we bought the taco bag. You know, that's a lot of money. For two people.
The value meal's $15.
They don't stop there.
And those boys, they don't eat just that.
No.
No.
I think they stop at Subway,
Right.
which is real, I mean,
So that is most certainly something we need to put to discussion, for sure. So,
I agree. So we can.
You can motion.
motion to table.
Yeah.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to table. All of them in favor say aye. Those opposed, no.
Alright.
Aye.
Motion carries to table. Discussion and consideration of remodel of football field house.
Madam President, members of the board, I'm recommending discussion and approval of the remodel of the football field house. We did get an architect, the architect has been there, we have had the as-built done, one of the electrical as-built came in the other day. And I have talked with the NCA architects. They're looking at somewhere around $600,000 by the time you fix the roof, actually make it a one slope roof, fix everything, literally everything. The shower, and they have showers in there now, but the showers don't work, so I would be putting in 2 shower stalls on each side. Turning the other part into storage for the team, new carpet, paint, water fountains. Stuck on the outside, paint what's needed painted, toilet, everything, and we started this with thinking we could get away with about $100,000 into doing this. We did get some a fund for some facility improvements, but I hate to use all of that on this. So my thinking right now is we do put it into 2 phases, and we do some this year, then we do some after July 1st, or we do it all after July 1st. In the new funding cycle, Tom has a chance to actually try to budget that in. Somehow we do it.
But you want to start with, roof
Yeah,
And-
that would have to go.
Do the
first.
outside and then,
And let the contractors, whoever does, decide what we can do now and.
yes, sir.
But the roof would have to be first, but I don't see every way, and I really haven't had a chance to talk to Tom about this, so. But I don't see how we can do it in one phase without really,
I know it's bad,
digging
because
really deep, and,
coaches
it's
keep
terrible.
bringing it to our attention, right?
it's bad, and
And
it's
that's-
worse than we thought after.
After looking through it. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's honestly,
It's gonna have to be done, and it's gonna get more expensive, or you're gonna have to tear it down and build a billion-something dollar place in
Right.
that spot.
Which we've talked about, it's, the
Yeah.
state's gonna give us a hard time with doing that, so.
Yeah, we can't get it done.
Right.
I'm putting in middle schools.
I know that needs to be done, I mean, the thing was remodeled once, I know it was built in 84, 83, 84, somewhere in
I
there.
don't even know how long.
So I think that's how old that field is. And we've gone round and round and round about this, but if. Instead of breaking it down into 3 phases,
Two, maybe.
break it into 2 phases. Talk to the architect, see what we can get away with doing first, whether that be, you know, the outside structure and the roof, cause I know that roof needs. Work already anyway, so.
so if we're gonna do 2 phases, are we gonna be bringing in the same company?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, we can't go out for
yeah,
bid after bid, and
just don't wanna run into the issue of, well.
no, we'll let the
Can't do
same
this,
company
this
do
company
it.
does it.
He'll have to do some this fiscal and some starting July 1st and have it done by football time.
Mr. Bregler?
Yes.
We're like our input, sir.
You got a checkbook, right?
I was all excited. I was gonna talk when I did the bar, cause we got a special, public school capital outlay money of 571,000. And we had planned to use some of that on the field house, but not all of it.
Well, yes, sir.
And that's what I said that.
But I mean, we have it, you know, so.
We fixed up everything else in our sports
That's really
facilities.
the last-
That's the last,
Right.
like, everything else is done. But I got that newer thing.
I do have a question and I don't wanna move too far down, but we're also talking about floor.
Yeah, that's simply, the sanding down and putting stick back on it. I don't wanna put logos, it's an auxiliary gym floor, just resurface, sand it down and put the new
Okay, so we're
bar.
not replacing.
No, we can't do that.
Okay, I didn't think so, so.
It's, I forgot, we got a quote for it the other day, Andy did it for something like that.
13,000, I think.
Usually you do them about every 5 to 6 years, that one hasn't been done in years, and now it's a slip and slide.
Yes, sir.
There's no stick left there for the basketball kids or
Right.
volleyball.
Do we, I know there's some dead spots on it.
Yeah, and once they, well, and I don't know if they can fix that, but it does have to be sanded down, revarnished. And just the volleyball, basketball lines, that no logos, no,
The basics.
when the new floor gets here, that'll be a whole different deal. This will be an auxiliary gym and just where it's usable. But if we don't take care of it now, it's gonna get worse, just like everything else. You gotta pick, and we will address the chip, that's the easy stuff that we can do in-house, so.
Okay,
That's a good idea.
what do you think?
Pretty much should have filled out.
I do too. I know it needs it, but I think that's the most economical way to do it and do it right.
And now we have an architect to pay that comes on top of that, so,
Right.
well, that may be with the price, but it's gonna be somewhere there.
That's gonna be.
And I could come back with a total price, but we have to,
If we wait till after the junior high's done, it's gonna be 300,000-400,000 more
yeah, definitely.
if we do that, so. That's my only argument. I'd rather do it sooner than later, and if we can do it in phases, then it's more economical for everybody involved, so. So,
Jody, what do you think?
Well.
Give us your
Of
input.
course, I love improvements on that one, but,
Now's your chance.
Yes.
yeah,
it would be nice to have like a facility where, I mean, I grew up here, so I've seen that same building. Just, it keeps dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. If we do metal building, like I've seen great facilities on that one, but if we put money into it, I would like to see like that weight room be moved into the center of that one, and then it kind of be utilized for softball and baseball too, not just football.
The locker rooms, you mean themselves? What do you mean by the weight room being moved?
So like, if you go into like other facilities where, their weight rooms in the middle of their facility, so like sometimes it's in between gyms where like it can access both sides. Or like the locker rooms, you can access the weight room from both sides of the. So like, we could use like a girls and a boys side or home versus visitors. The biggest thing right now is that, an office space is the only thing that separates a visitor side from a home side. So like there's sometimes they don't even utilize our visitor side because like coaches could literally be sitting in an office listening to halftime plays and just little
We
things
always
to think
wondered
Call
about.
that home field advantage.
I mean, if I was a
We just heard a lot of yelling at the other.
I don't know how it would be years before we could get a new building with a weight room
Yeah.
and millions of dollars.
I've seen great things with just metal buildings on that one. I just don't know. I don't know. I would like to see some money put into it just because I think kids deserve that.
From talking to the architect, it's gonna look like a brand new building when it's done. They're even gonna change the slope of the roof, so it's a one slope roof.
And it'll
Outside will look,
it'll match everything else at the high school.
yeah, it's gonna be, and they're gonna stucco most of all those bricks and stuff that are out there.
We're gonna go over the front of top of that.
I think it's gonna look nice. I don't know how to do it any cheaper than that.
Well, that's the problem, that we keep running into that because we've got other, you know, projects that are.
Yeah.
Right.
So how much was left in that? The,
How much do we get? And
Yeah.
it's 571,000.
Did we have any fudge room before that, Mr. Bregman?
Yeah.
that has to be used by when?
Oh, this,
Or that's
there's,
just you?
yeah, I don't think, I don't even know a deadline. We've got years to use it.
Okay.
The thing, the issue is, like Mr. Lindsay was saying, if we were to build something new, that's considered construction, and that has to be bond money.
Yeah.
And then we don't have bond money.
No,
Where we're just
money for
repairing, remodeling, it's a different fund of money. We can use this, we can use some operational, you know, and different funds.
Without breaking the bank and using all this on one project, if we end up having some of this left over in July first, then we can, because we'll have a whole new budget July first, and then we can budget this in a little better. In March, April, or you guys can budget, so.
And we've looked, I'm sure the architects have looked through everything from the plumbing,
They've had
electrical.
they had two guys come down to as-built, so they could get into what's.
Okay. I mean, you wouldn't need what you needed before with all the showers. And
So, and this comes with some showers, it'd be nice to have a couple showers on both sides, this ones are just leaking, going down the wall right now, and they're.
And a place to wrap kids before, before games, stuff like that, so. I'm in favor of doing a couple of phases, cause that's gonna be the only way foreseeable right now to do it for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Minimum,
Yeah, minimum.
so.
Must be done.
Yeah,
That roof
that roof definitely needs to be done, so I think that's.
number one, I mean, I'll be there in 2 years.
Yeah. All right, I'll make a motion.
Second. Right, there's been a motion and a second to approve the remodel of the football field house. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consideration to replace Todd Lindsay with Ursa O'Connor as Chief Procurement Officer effective January 1st, 2026.
Madam President, members of the board, I'm highly recommending you replace me with Arissa O'Connor as a CPO, and she's actually doing the job anyway now.
Right.
So, she's smart, she's great, we love having her here, thank you, Arissa, you've been It's been really great as an asset to our school.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. There's been a motion and a second to approve the replacement of Tom Lindsay with Ursa O'Connor as chief procurement officer effective January 1st, 2026. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We said December 12th.
All right.
I gave you the choice of that.
Consideration to replace Cody Hill with Megan Cairns and add Tom Bregler as a signer for Southwest Heritage Bank.
Madam President, members of the board, I recommend approval to replace Cody Hill with Megan Cairns and Tom Bregler as a signer for Southwest Heritage Bank. We need to do this right away, and they're gonna have to do it again after you replace me with my name too, but this needs to be done because we keep getting notices and, we need to do this like yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the replacement of Cody Hill with Megan Cairns and add Tom Bregler as a signer for Southwest Heritage Bank. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Discussion and consideration to replace the gym floor in the middle school.
Madam President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval to replace it. Not to replace,
Not to replace, I guess,
to resurface, thank
Resurface.
you, gym floor in the middle school.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Resurfacing.
What's that?
You add resurfacing instead of.
I have the quote pulled up if you want the exact
What was
amount. $13,862.61.
Well worth that.
That'll be done on some by our crew.
Yeah,
Stout hardwood floor.
Barry Stout will come and do it.
Okay. And they did that.
There's been a motion and a second to resurface the middle school gym floor. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consideration of SSP assurances.
Yes, and Madam President, members of the board, this is something we do every year. We have to approve our safe school our safe school plan, and then this is the assurance form. And we just found out the other day we're non-compliant, so the principal's been working extra hard to get these done and ready to sign tonight so we can, send them off tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. I will make a motion.
No second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the SSP assurances. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Discussion, bar and board reports and cafeteria updates.
Mr. Bregler.
All right, well, I told you about the bar already and what you guys are gonna spend that on. I'm just gonna touch on a couple of things. Our audit is finally wrapping up. We have to have a exit conference next week. I got the draft audit. Everything went really well. It's not published yet, so I can't really discuss in public what's in it, but I could definitely share with you guys at a later time. But it went good, so we'll have to schedule that exit conference. We also had a student nutrition administrator review we just went through, which you get every 2 or 3 years, and just did a great job. I had to help with some of that stuff, and that went really well. We have a couple of things we gotta get submitted. One thing we got dinged on is we didn't spend enough money last year. They don't like you to keep too large of a balance.
Believe that.
So we're gonna look at replacing some new equipment that's gotten old and get some more supplies and things like that. And that'll satisfy them for that, I guess, finding, as you call it. And that's all I have for tonight. If you have any questions.
I have a question.
Sure.
At what point do they not like, do they not think that we're spending enough?
There's some kind of, in that fund, you're not supposed to end up with more than a 3-year average. A 3-year average of expenditures, you shouldn't have more than that. And I ended up with like 60,000 more than I should have had.
Regardless of what account it's in.
Oh, this is just the cafeteria account.
Okay.
This is just the cafeteria.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know, you think you're saving money and then you get in trouble.
Yeah. I gotta have money to do that.
Alright, discussion of replacement of the school roads at elementary school roof.
Yes, our roof is overdated and at time, I didn't know this on tonight, but, it is time to start looking at doing the replacement on the elementary roof. And my plan is when we go to the council on the 14th to talk to them about keeping some of our bond money back and getting a bigger waiver so we can actually use our bond money to fix the roof there. So that's gonna be part of the discussion with the council, the PSCOC, to see if we can use that bond money. And I understand from a couple people that they will allow that a lot of times, so it's it's $1 million or better to replace the roof, and by the time you do that, you have to come back with HVAC on top of it. The whole number, so we're looking. And we won't have bond money after we buy our school.
Right.
And it can't wait, and Miss Grace can tell you when we're catching water and trash cans all over the place, it's and Coriel Roofing will do that for you.
I might know that.
Just that, put that in there. Just give me a call. After 20. Yeah, they hand out invoice gifts. Are we there?
We're number one. Consideration of convening into an executive session for the discussion of living personnel matters regarding the superintendent search.
I'll second.
A roll call vote has been called for the purpose of convening into an executive session for the discussion of limited personnel matters regarding the superintendent search. When I call your name, please answer aye, meaning yes, nay meaning no to this motion. Megan Karen.
Aye.
Cisco Gomez.
Aye.
Gilbert Gaston.
Aye.
Naomi Sines.
Aye.
David Bertrand.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And your old wager out here.
Yeah.
My number 756 is when we'll be.
Manny. Hi, Manny.
Consideration of reconvening the open session. Make a motion.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to, oh, this name, do I do that? Was reconvening the open session.
A roll call vote has been called for the purpose of verifying that only the discussion of the limited personnel matters regarding the superintendent search. When I call your name, please answer aye meaning yes, nay meaning no to this motion. Nay being Karen. Aye. Cisco Gomez.
Aye.
Hillary Caston.
Aye.
Naomi Stein. Aye. David Barton. Motion passes.
Discussion of the date for the superintendent interviews.
That no action was taken during the executive session.
No action was taken during the executive session. So, we-
Mhm.
we scheduled them for the 19th and we have 3 candidates.
I will be calling the candidates and setting up the interviews for December 19th, 2025.
You need to set the next meeting, because can't be for
That's already.
we can't for the 14th.
Again, for the 14th, because
That's
going to
the-
be a COC. How about December 19th?
December 19th.
You could move it to the 15th, but we need to schedule the games, I guess.
Yeah.
What is that you don't believe?
The December 15th, the Thursday, December 15th. It'd be nice if we could do it then, just because we're back from this BSLC and we could have maybe some information.
That's not a bad idea.
But
January.
January, sorry, yes.
I was gonna say.
Should work for me, cause I'll be on mornings, so. I'll be able to-
Any day week, soon after.
Really big.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Something's heavily on his mind, I'm gonna do it.
Put on his racing shoes, wait till I get them.
I gotta go.
Casey?
Oh, yeah, 'cause
The
you have to
15th works best for me, cause I'll be back that.
Oh, you will be back?
The 15th, I'll be back that, night, yeah.
Perfect.
Are you enough time though?
I should be.
Are you sure?
Bradley, can you make sure your mom gets back?
But I can.
Where's it at?
Okay. And I don't have an agenda yet, I won't have an agenda until after the first of the year, so just do it, that's fine, and if not, I talked to him and he said I can zoom in.
Alright. You guys good? Alright.
The January 15th?
Alright.
Okay, so while we're at this, I've got a special meeting, because it's gonna be a special meeting with you guys doing the interviews. Okay, a special meeting on the 19th, and
Can we call the gift exchange a work session?
Yes.
a work session.
Yes.
Okay, we could do the work session for the,
Oh, yeah.
for
that's
the,
right.
Wait, work session is the 18th.
Mhm.
Okay, special meeting.
correct. That sound right?
The 15th.
Oh, what,
What time are we doing the Thursday one?
wait, the,
We'll probably start somewhere around 9, because this stuff's gotta get back by 1.
Yeah, I start working at
Early
one.
as possible, right after I drop my daughter off to school.
Yeah, really, we just started like right after 8 o'clock, we just. We're
I'll
built
just
in
put it
anyway.
for 8 AM.
Yeah,
And I will-
start, yeah.
I know the twelve will
Yeah,
work.
for sure.
So the 18th is-
You hear that one?
and what about on the 19th, what time you use, I guess it just depends on what,
Yeah, I'll set up the interviews and.
and then we'll decide on the time of that, okay. Got it.
Can't stand by the end of this one. Alright.
I think you guys got it, it's nice. Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye, those opposed, no.
Aye.
Alright.
Meeting adjourned. I know.
I can't remember that stuff. I like it, huh? That's cool. I like the,
Read it, like, read it.
I thought it was cold.
It's
I didn't like it.
To the paper.
I didn't like that.
I like it when it's warm.
Yeah, it's Canadian.
I mean, you